Hello, my name is Henry, and welcome to a short presentation on rewilding habitats through the reintroduction of once native animal species back into their original ecosystem. I've written a blog post about reintroducing plants, so please feel free to have a look at that for more information. Rewilding is a long and laborious process. Land and sea can take a long time to be restored back to its former glory. The reintroduction of flora and fauna back into an environment is a difficult and complex matter. As society has changed, the environment has done so too. As a result of this, plant and animal life may not thrive as it once did. During the excavation of Trafalgar Square, within the soils builders found hippopotamus bones from around 100,000 years ago. Hippos once grazed where tourists and pigeons cluster today. Similarly, evidence suggests that straight-tusked elephants once roamed most of Europe, as well as giant deer, scimitar cats, and lions. Although it would be an interesting thought to see elephants and lions enjoying the sights of Trafalgar Square, it would be difficult to monitor and control these animals, as they can cause damage and ultimately become a danger to the population. However, these animals are extinct, so cannot possibly pose a problem. It seems like their once natural habitat has become inundated with modern human life and has changed beyond recognition. In order for a species to be reintroduced into a habitat, it must pass the criteria set by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. This includes the existence of good historical evidence of former natural occurrences, a suitable habitat that is still present to support a viable population, and a clear understanding of why the species originally disappeared. The red kite is one of the few British birds that fulfil all the criteria. After the release of 6 birds in North Scotland and a further 5 released in Buckinghamshire in 1989, the first successful breeding was recorded at both sites in 1992, after 93 more birds were released gradually for 5 years. Successful breeding populations have been established at both sites. It is known that the red kite is one of the longest continuous conservation projects in the world. Another species under consideration for introduction is the wolf. In the Rocky Mountain National Park, elk overgrazing has become an issue as they are damaging the ecosystem's health. Wolf populations began to decline as they were considered a threat to livestock and were therefore culled. The eradication of wolves from the park in the mid-1930s resulted in a top-down trophic cascade, allowing for species at a lower trophic level to spur population growth. The reintroduction of wolves would allow for a top-level predator to hunt the overpopulated mountain elk and create more stable populations of both of the species. The reintroduction of wolves has occurred in Yellowstone National Park with some success. From elephants and lions roaming the streets of London to the reintroduction of red kites and wolves, the rewilding of habitats through the reintroduction of fauna is a complex and fragile matter. After learning success stories of the red kite in the UK and the wolf in the Yellowstone area, it's easy to think that just releasing animals back into the habitat will create more stable and natural ecosystems. However, all manner of things need to be considered before animals can be released. Although reintroducing top-level predators may help stabilise some populations, it may have damaging effects on others. This includes careful consideration of human and local animal species. I, for one, believe that rewilding of these habitats through reintroduction of keystone species can be an effective conservation method. However, I do think that careful consideration of many factors and advanced preparations need to be made prior to the reintroduction of these animals. Thank you for listening. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me using the links in the contact section of the blog.